Today's Farm Bureau Capital Conversation is with Representative Ken Bragg from Sheridan, serving District 15, and as House Majority Leader. What is most challenging about being Majority Leader?
Well, the most challenging thing is trying to keep abreast of the big picture of all the bills coming through. As a legislator, in the last term, you could focus on a couple of bills, and focus on that. But now, I'm kind of expected to be able to answer questions about a lot of the bills, especially from the media. So it's been a real challenge to try to keep up with the wide breadth of legislation that's coming down.
What does the General Assembly still need to tackle?
Prison reform, prison issues, prison financing is still going to be a big issue. There's no real obvious short-term answer for it. There's some long-term solutions, I think. Programs like our Smarter Sentencing pilot down in South Arkansas and Union County, some changes in parole policies and things like that. But we're going to be challenged to find a shorter term solution. That's going to take some more funding, but right now we're not sure where that's going to come from.
Should we expect any economic development initiatives this session?
I've been working with Senator English on some workforce development issues that are directly related to economic development. What we're learning is that when companies are looking to locate in a particular state, we hear a lot about economic incentives and tax incentives, but the first thing they're looking for is a trained workforce. So until we have a well-trained workforce, we're going to be limited in the types of industries. So we're looking at a total revamping of our workforce development and training, trying to go back into the schools and have a better focus on career education and trying to let people know that you don't have to have a college degree to have a good profession and a good career. But we need specific training programs tied with industry where schools and two-year colleges and four-year colleges and industries are all linked together to provide that kind of training that we need.
Tell us about your bill related to the fire suppression fee.
The fire suppression fees it takes a little bit of background on that to understand it. I was a manager of 250,000 acres of timberland, and every year we would look at our tax bills, and I noticed one particular area had a real high per parcel charge of $80 per parcel. So I started questioning it, and we found out that this volunteer fire department they'd had an election, but they didn't quite follow the statutes and applied the fee to timberland, which was only supposed to be applied to commercial and real estate and residential property. So we started looking into this issue and found that several other fire departments were charging these fees. If you're a fire protection district, you're allowed to charge an additional fee for timberland. But what we found out was there was no cap on that fee. So timberland is taxed now at 20 cents an acre, and that money goes to the Forestry Commission to fund their equipment for the firefighting. That's their primary objective and purpose, is to suppress forest fires. So that 20 cents per acre goes to the Forestry Commission to help fund their equipment. What we found, though, was that some fire departments are charging even more than that on their assessments. So we went to there was a task force that Senator Hammer was working with, a fire group, and we explained to them the situation, and what we proposed was a cap on that fee. Volunteer fire departments provide a very essential service. They're often the first responders to fires, and they have a very valuable contribution, but it's not on the same equal level as what the Forestry Commission provides. So we came up with this cap on the fee of 25% of whatever the Forestry Commission forest fire protection tax is, so it can't go above that. We're not taking anything away from any of the current fire departments that already have their fees in place, so nobody's losing any money. It's just an assurance for us that those fees don't escalate, to a level above what we think is reasonable.
Is this session headed for early adjournment?
Early in the sense, compared to previous sessions, yes. I feel pretty confident that we have a good chance of getting out by the end of March. We got the two big issues, the income tax bill and the private option behind us. And now, I won't call them routine bills, but more of the normal bills that we see are starting to flow through committees now. Committees are starting to get busy, and we're going to start seeing more bills on the floor. So we've encouraged everybody to be expeditious about getting their bills filed, so we can get out of here by end of March maybe.